the Basque Separatist Army, ETA, parade through the streets of an elegant old seaside town. We're in San Sebastian in northern Spain, or as the demonstrators would prefer, we're in Donostia in Euskadi, the Basque country. And this demonstration is a way for ETA and its supporters to defy what seemed a tidal wave of public revulsion against them and their tactics of blood. Only a couple of weeks before, Spanish cities had been clogged with people enraged or grief-stricken at the death of Miguel Blanco, a young Basque town councillor from the conservative Spanish-centred Popular Party. Yet now, only a couple of weeks later, an estimated 13,000 ETA supporters were marching through San Sebastian, effectively unopposed by the local population. Despite the backlash against them, ETA's supporters are showing here that they won't be silenced. This march is in effect an act of defiance against the Spanish government and the media. Among the demonstrators, I found Igor Mota, a Basque separatist from the town of Guernica.
Estamos, bueno, como llevamos años reivindicando la libertad para la Euskal Herria, un poco reivindicando el fascismo español que ha salido de las catacumbas, vuelva otra vez a ellas y que no salga para siempre.
It was clear that regardless of the public reaction, ETA and its political party, Herri Batasuna, had no intention of going away.
Gora Euskal Herria askatua! Gora Euskal Herria sozialista! Gora Euskadi ta askatasuna! Gora zuek!
Una autógrafo o algo así, ¿no?
Igor Mota had spent the last few weeks leading a pro-ETA march all round the Basque country, called the March of Liberty. He's a committed supporter of Herri Batasuna, the Basque version of Northern Ireland's Sinn Féin party.
La libertad del pueblo vasco, ¿no? El pueblo vasco, la libertad a decidir, el pueblo vasco, la libertad a ser uno, no a estar dividido en tres, por ejemplo, como está ahora, la libertad de los presos, de que tengamos a los presos ya en la calle, es un poco la libertad a ser nosotros mismos, ¿no? A poder ser vascos con identidad propia y de puro derecho, ¿no?
Herri Batasuna supports ETA without necessarily being part of its military actions. What I wanted to know in the wake of Miguel Blanco's death was how Igor felt that killing could be justified.
La respuesta podría rebotar, ¿no? Como en un frontón, ¿no? ¿Por qué los españoles también es tan importante España que están dispuestos a matar y a que muera gente por ello, ¿no? Algo habrá, ¿no? O sea, los españoles tampoco conceden ese derecho a los vascos a decidir si queremos ser españoles o queremos ser vascos, ¿no? Entonces, tan importante yo creo que es para los vascos ser vascos como para los españoles que los vascos seamos españoles, ¿no?
Igor Mota comes from the Basque city of Guernica. As the March of Liberty entered his hometown, he had little but contempt for the thousands of Basques who demonstrated against ETA's killing of a town councillor.
Sí y no. O sea, hay que ver hasta qué punto la relación ha sido espontánea, hasta qué punto habría que ver, vamos, hasta qué punto la reacción ha sido espontánea, la reacción no ha estado ya premeditada. Hay que tener en cuenta que al frente de muchas de esas concentraciones, de muchos de esos movimientos que ha habido policías, nosotros lo hemos vivido, la marcha lo hemos vivido, ¿no? Amenazas de la propia Ertzaintza diciendo que nos van a matar en el mismo sitio en el que estamos, amenazándonos continuamente la Ertzaintza. En muchos de los puntos, en las fotografías lo atestiguan, han estado ertzainas de paisano, han estado guardias civiles de paisano, han estado policías de paisano, han estado dirigiendo, digamos, la fuerzas policiales de paisano han estado dirigiendo estas agresiones y, como digo, hay imágenes que lo atestiguan, ¿no?
A folk culture that goes back to medieval times and beyond. language whose origins are a mystery, unrelated to any other in Europe. A cultural identity so old and strong that some Basques regard the Madrid government almost literally as the devil. Most Basques do not support ETA. The latest opinion polls show its support down from 16 to around 12%. But that's not to say that most Basques are anti-independence. In fact, there's never been more than a tiny minority in favour of strong central government from Madrid. Opinion polls and election results have consistently shown that the vast majority of the Basque people want self-government for the country that they call Euskadi. Like independence struggles throughout the world, the Basque conflict is rooted in history, and the centre of Basque history is Guernica. Under the sacred tree of Guernica, successive kings of Spain have sworn to respect the rights of the Basques. Then came the Civil War.
First pictures from the Basque Republic of the holy city of Guernica. Scene of the most terrible air raid our modern history yet can boast. Hundreds were killed here, men, women and children. 4,000 bombs were dropped out of a blue sky into a hell that raged unchecked for 5 murderous hours.
On April the 26th, 1937, General Franco enlisted Hitler's help and got the German Air Force to bomb Guernica.
El día del bombardeo pues fue un lunes, día de mercado. Guernica tendría unos 5.000 habitantes, pero ese día pues igual habría 8.000.
Pablo Izaguirre was 10 in 1937. He had the day off school.
A eso de las 3, sobre las 3 de la tarde, vino un avión que le llamamos el alcahuete. Echó una bomba de estas rompedoras, dio un recorrido y volvió. Y ya entonces vinieron ya los aviones bombarderos. Que esos hicieron, pues lanzaban bombas rompedoras y bombas incendiarias. Empezaron sobre las 3:15, 3:30 y el bombardeo terminó pues sobre las 6:30, 7 menos 4.
This was a city, and these were homes like yours.
Luego la salida fue muy triste. La salida del bombardeo pues fue una cosa lamentable, porque todo estaba ardiendo, los depósitos de agua se rompieron, no había agua para apagar, lo que se podía apagar, y ardió pues, muchas sí ardieron por estar muy juntas las casas, una casa a la otra pues se prendieron fuego. Y después del bombardeo, pues cada uno por la noche, sobre todo, fue muy triste, buscando a la familia, unos que se habían marchado, otros que estaban igual muertos.
If the bombing was the defining moment in relations with Spain, what followed confirmed and strengthened the hatred. 40 years of military rule by General Franco's Madrid-based dictatorship. 40 years during which the graves of the bombed civilians of Guernica remained unknown, because Franco's troops, intent on persuading the world that the Basques had deliberately bombed their own city, removed and hid the bodies. Only since Franco's death have the people of Guernica been able to raise a true memorial to their dead. The resentment against Madrid remains.
Very bad feeling in the people, not only in that period but also now.
Humbero Unzueta is an independent Guernica journalist who says the memory of the bombing is still fresh for many Basques.
The Spanish rule pushing the Basque identity, and now is the feeling of the Basque people remembering that bombing. They didn't recognize the Basque identity they didn't recognize the Basque language, the music, the folklore, the dance, the typical things of any country needs to express as an identity.
They were banned?
Yeah, they were banned. All of them, they were banned.
In the 30s, Guernica was infamous the world over, a symbol much like Hiroshima for us today. Yet the original of Picasso's famous painting of the bombing is in Madrid, leaving Guernica itself with this ceramic reproduction. Many Basques see a parallel with their own demands for a return of political responsibility from Spain. Most want a referendum on independence. You would consider yourself a moderate. That's not an extremist Basque demand. That's the basic demand of what most of the Basque people, you reckon.
Even the Basque Parliament has recognized this self-determination, and the Basque Parliament is, in the Basque Parliament you can find not only the Nationalist Party, even the Spanish Party, and all of them has recognized through the Basque Parliament that the self-determination is a right of the Basque country.
Today's Guernica is effectively a new town, the result of 60 years of reconstruction. The culture is being rebuilt as well. At a summer school above the city, local children, all fluent Spanish speakers, are learning to speak the Basque language of their ancestors. Whatever the repressions of the past, the fact is that Basques today have already achieved a great deal of the autonomy they want. Guernica's mayor, Eduardo Vallejo, represents the majority PNV, the moderate Basque nationalists.
Mi partido y el 85% de los vascos entiende que en estos momentos todas ideas se pueden defender con la palabra. Tenemos parlamento propio, tenemos gobierno propio, tenemos instituciones propias, tenemos nuestros municipios. Entendemos que estamos dotados de suficientes caminos para poder reivindicar nuestros derechos directamente. También vamos a España, al Congreso y al Senado, y allí nosotros defendemos las cosas vascas, en Madrid, que es donde hay que defender.
The trunk of the old Guernica tree stands as a reminder of historic Basque independence and pride. But there's danger as well as dignity in historical memory. As with so many long-running conflicts, history becomes a double-edged sword. The death of Miguel Blanco to one side was simply an outrage. To ETA, however, it was revenge for a series of outrages they believe were committed against them. The only way to end these deadlocks is to break through the historical cycle. So far, there's no sign that anyone has managed to do that here in the Basque country. At the social club of ETA's political wing in Guernica, the sign on the wall says, "Kill the police." The photographs show martyrs of the ETA armed struggle. Here we found Igor Mota and his friend Azeri, who served 3 years in jail for collaborating with ETA.
Nosotros tenemos también un bagaje de muertos, pues desde el año 59 en que nació ETA hasta aquí. Yo no sé el número exacto que habrá de muertos, pero hay muchos muertos. Muertos en combate, muertos en emboscadas, muertos en comisaría, tenemos muertos en las cárceles, en las propias cárceles. Es decir, que aquí no se puede hablar de muertos de un lado, sino, efectivamente, como he dicho antes, hay muertos por los dos lados.
Yo creo que seguirá la lucha armada hasta que no se llegue a un acuerdo con el gobierno, de llegar a un diálogo, a una negociación, y a partir de ese momento pues se verán los cauces que hay que tomar, ¿no?
Euskeraren kontua hemen dugu etsai.
At the summer school in the hills above Guernica, young Basques rehearse an ancient folk song form.
Egoera honekin nienago lasai.
They sing in their own unique language of the beauty of their land. The miseries of the Franco era are gone. Regardless of the moderation of the majority, it's a land that still seems destined not to know peace for some time to come.
Independencia!